Once upon a time, in the heart of Africa, there was a powerful Zulu kingdom known for its brave warriors and wise leaders. Among these warriors were two best friends, Jabu and Sanel, who grew up together, learning the ways of the warrior and dreaming of bringing peace to their land. Jabu was strong and fearless, always leading the charge in battles. Sanel, on the other hand, was wise and thoughtful, often coming up with strategies to keep their people safe. They were like two sides of the same coin, different but inseparable. One day, a terrible crisis struck the Zulu kingdom. A neighboring tribe, led by the fierce Chief Kwizi, threatened to invade their land. Chief Kwizi wanted to expand his territory and believed that conquering the Zulu kingdom was the only way. The Zulu king, worried for his people, called upon Jabu and Sanel to protect the kingdom. Inside the Grand Zulu palace, Jabu and Sanel stood before the king. Jabu, in his warrior attire with a spear and shield, looked determined. Sanel, dressed in traditional clothing with beaded accessories, listened intently. The king, sitting on a grand throne, looked worried but hopeful. "My brave warriors," the king began, his voice heavy with concern, "Chief Kwizi is planning an attack. We must be ready to defend our land." Jabu stepped forward, his eyes filled with determination. "We will protect our kingdom with our lives, Your Majesty." Sanel, always the voice of reason, added, "But we must also consider other options, Your Majesty. War should be our last resort." The king nodded thoughtfully. "You are right, Sanel, but we must prepare for all possibilities." Jabu and Sanel began preparing their warriors. The village was bustling with activity as everyone got ready for the potential battle. Men sharpened their spears and shields, while women and children gathered supplies and prepared food. One evening, as the sun set and the village was bathed in golden light, Jabu and Sanel sat under a large tree, discussing their plan. Jabu was skeptical. "How can we make peace with someone who wants to destroy us?" he asked. Sanel replied, "We must try, for the sake of our people. War brings only pain and loss." Jabu sighed. "You are right, my friend. But how do we approach Chief Kwizi without being attacked?" Sanel smiled. "We will go unarmed and show that we come in peace." The next morning, Jabu and Sanel set off on their journey to Chief Kwizi's village. The path was long and dangerous, but they were determined. Along the way, they encountered many challenges. They crossed rivers filled with crocodiles, climbed steep hills, and navigated dense forests. They faced wild animals like lions and elephants, but their courage and friendship kept them going. One night, as they sat by a campfire, Sanel shared stories of their childhood to lift their spirits. "Do you remember the time we climbed the tallest tree in the village?" he asked, smiling. Jabu laughed. "Yes, and you got stuck at the top. It took half the village to get you down." They both laughed, their bond growing even stronger through the hardships they faced. After many days, they finally reached Chief Kwizi's village. They were met with suspicion and hostility. The village guards, armed with spears and shields, blocked their path. "We come in peace," Sanel said calmly. "We wish to speak with Chief Kwizi." The guards hesitated but were impressed by their bravery. They agreed to take Jabu and Sanel to Chief Kwizi. Inside Chief Kwizi's grand hut, Jabu and Sanel stood before the fierce chief. The hut was decorated with traditional artifacts and weapons. Chief Kwizi, dressed in elaborate traditional attire with feathers and beads, listened with a stern expression. His warriors stood around, watching closely. Sanel spoke first. "Chief Kwizi, we come not as enemies but as friends. We seek a way to avoid war and bring peace to our lands." Chief Kwizi was intrigued but skeptical. "Why should I trust you?" he asked. Jabu then spoke of the pain and loss that war would bring to both sides. He talked about the families that would be torn apart and the lives that would be lost. Chief Kwizi, moved by their words, began to reconsider his plans. Jabu and Sanel continued to plead their case. They spoke of the benefits of peace and cooperation between their tribes. They explained how both tribes could share resources, trade, and learn from each other. Chief Kwizi listened intently, his stern expression softening. He realized that Jabu and Sanel were sincere in their desire for peace. After much deliberation, Chief Kwezi agreed to a peace talk. He invited the Zulu king to his village, and together they discussed ways to cooperate and share their resources. The two tribes found common ground and agreed to work together for a better future. A large gathering was held in Chief Kwezi's village. The Zulu king and Chief Kwezi sat together, surrounded by their advisors and warriors. The atmosphere was hopeful, with people from both tribes mingling and talking. Traditional music played in the background, and the mood was celebratory. The two kings discussed their differences and found solutions that benefited both tribes. They agreed to trade goods, share farming techniques, and work together to protect their lands from external threats. Jabu and Sanel watched with pride as their efforts to bring peace bore fruit. They knew that their journey had been worth it. Jabu and Sanel returned to the Zulu village as heroes. The villagers cheered and celebrated their bravery and wisdom. The village was decorated with colorful banners and traditional decorations. The king stood in the center, smiling proudly as Jabu and Sanel approached. The atmosphere was joyous and triumphant. The king praised them for their courage and wisdom. "You have saved our people from a terrible war," he said. "Your bravery and determination have brought peace to our land." Jabu and Sanel were humble in their acceptance of the praise. "We could not have done it without the support of our people," Jabu said. Sanel added, "And the guidance of our ancestors. We are grateful for their blessings." With peace established, the two tribes began working together. They shared their knowledge and skills, building a brighter future for their people. The Zulu kingdom flourished, and the bonds between the two tribes grew stronger. Jabu and Sanel continued to serve their people with honor and dedication. They trained new warriors, teaching them not only the ways of battle, but also the importance of wisdom and compassion. They organized cultural exchanges, where people from both tribes would visit each other's villages, share stories, and learn about each other's traditions. These exchanges helped to build understanding and respect between the tribes. To celebrate the lasting peace, the Zulu king and Chief Kwezi decided to hold a grand celebration every year. This celebration became a symbol of unity and friendship between the two tribes. The first celebration was held in the open fields between the two kingdoms. There were vibrant decorations, traditional music, and delicious food from both cultures. People danced, sang, and laughed together, creating new bonds of friendship and understanding. Jabu and Sanel welcomed everyone with open arms. People from both tribes gathered to honor their bravery and wisdom. They shared stories of their journey, inspiring others to seek peace and understanding. As the years went by, the story of Jabu and Sanel became a legend. Their courage and determination to bring peace were remembered and celebrated by future generations. They showed that true bravery lies in seeking peace and understanding, even in the face of adversity. Jabu and Sanel's friendship continued to grow, and they remained inseparable. They knew that their journey had not only brought peace to their people, but had also strengthened their bond as friends. Their legacy lived on, inspiring others to follow their example. The Zulu kingdom and Chief Kwezi's tribe continued to thrive, united by the spirit of cooperation and mutual respect.
Thank you for listening to the story of Jabu and Sanel. Through bravery lies in seeking peace and understanding. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing stories from the Zulu kingdom.